Hello. Ooh, why is it doing that? Hold on, give me a second. Hello, hello. All right, lovely. Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's Shabir from Velo City, and welcome to Touhou Wednesday, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it may be for you. Thank you guys for dropping by. Appreciate it big time. Apologies for the delay. Oh my God, bro. Essentially, Sponsor's getting a massive update, and because of that, I had to provide feedback to the team and also set up the patch notes for our creators and supporters, right? So a lot of work. I literally went to bed at 7 a.m. last night, and I woke up at 11 a.m. this week. Nah, that's all good. It's all good, man. But I am ready and excited for some Touhou today, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you, guys. And I do apologize as well. Once I got everything set up, I had to restart my computer, man. For some reason, my OBS has a occasional handshake issue with my stream link to the camera. So, and I've checked, the only way I can fix it is by restarting my computer. And unfortunately, I found it out too late. I set everything up, and then I looked at my OBS. I'm like, where's my camera, bro? And yeah, I had to restart my computer. But lesson learned, always check my camera first. But anyways, guys, I am here. Hello there, Dash, Weege, hello, Theodore, hello, Space Marine, hello, Krim, hello, Jackson, hello, Francis, hello, Humanom, hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How is it going? How have you been, man? How have you been? It is now time for Touhou. As always, the agenda for today, we have reading. Very excited for it, man. We have Curiosities of Lotus Asia, about, I think it's 4 chapters. Hey, hello, Madly Soldier. Welcome. Rick, hello. And then we have, I don't think we actually have any clips today. We're going straight on to songs. So, reading on YouTube, and then we go to songs on Twitch. But so close to that double spoiler stream. Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, we're only 20 away, right? So, I'm thinking as soon as that's done, we do it on the next available Wednesday, isn't it? So, if it's finished off this stream, I guess that's next Wednesday. If it's finished off whenever, it will be the Wednesday after that. But excited, man. Excited. Right. Guys, without further ado, shall we get started with Curiosities of Lotus Asia Part 1. I believe we're on chapter 19 now. Krim, thank you very much for requesting this. Appreciate it big time. Chapters 19 to 23 today. So let's get started. The Dragon's Camera. I have to finish the last few chapters next week. All right, and then Lotus Asia after that. That makes sense. That actually works out perfectly, doesn't it? Right. Lovely. Krim. Yeah. You know what? Actually, every week, could you just send me a playlist of whatever? Like, I know you said it in the past, but just so I know, like, what would probably be better to react to listen to now while we read. I'd appreciate that. Rather than me hunting down specific playlists. Yeah. Like, if you could just send one every week for whatever you think would be... curate a playlist for me, essentially, for Koloff. Alright. Let's go. Okay. Until then, we'll just continue reading. Alright. The novelization of the Touhou series. Actually, no, in the meantime, let me just quickly say, if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Twitch, because that's where we're going to be heading on to right after this. And also be sure to subscribe to our VOD channel as well, because this is where you will get all those Twitch VODs in case you missed them. Okay, here we go. The novelization of the Touhou series, the doujin shooting games that have attracted a fanatic following, now begins its publication here. Lovely, Krim, Legend. Oh, okay, we'll just do the same one, yeah? Oh, no, that makes sense. Let's see, please tell me it picked up from where we are. Yes, it did. Yeah, Krim, I'm happy with this, actually. We'll go with that. Yeah, all right, that's perfect. That works out. All right. Written by the series creator Zun himself and illustrated by the promising artist Genji Asai. It invites the reader to Gentokyo, see what everyone has been raving about. Yeah, no, that's perfect. I should have checked out messages as well. Thank you, Krim. Appreciate it big time. Dragon's Camera. The call of a spring heralding bird reaches all the way into the shop. Winter had ended at last, and color returned to Gentokyo. At the time, in the land formerly died white by deep snow, bursting into a vivid scenario with spring's arrival, the cheerful fairies and humans started their noise-making. It felt like a sudden rush of pure air had come to a stagnated world, clarifying all you see. There's the reason we have fresh and clear days, these clear days in the season. How long since there's been such a clear day this year? I was writing my diary when I suddenly thought of transcribing onto paper the beauty of this day. A drawing would be fine, but in Gentokyo, there is something even more suited for it. The photograph. Oh, what are you doing? You really want to reorganize on such a nice day? I heard a voice coming from near the entrance. I took another look around inside the shop and saw that everything was scattered all around, as if a thief had entered. Did you guys see the announcement image I used for today? for Touhou. How fitting. I promise I didn't pre-read, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, lovely. Oh, okay. Yo, Grim, good luck with that, man. Sounds pretty fun. Okay. All right. It's too good, man. Way too good. Okay. I was looking for a certain item even though I didn't know how to use it. Marissa, how long have you been there? I know the place is a bit disheveled right now, but don't touch anything. Those artifacts are for sale. If you tell me not to touch anything, how am I supposed to get in? I finally found it. This is what I've been looking for. Huh? Aren't the Tengu always carrying those around? The object I was looking for is a photographic camera. Just as the name says, it's a tool for taking photographs. I had the ability of knowing the name and the utility of an item just by looking at it. The reason I opened coding though was so that I could make the most of this ability. Fortunately, I can't find out exactly how to use an item. I was thinking of placing some pictures into my diary. However, even though I had the camera itself so long ago, I put it away because I didn't have the slightest idea how to use it to take photographs. Another thing, always taking them like it was nothing. They do kind of like, you know, look into it and press a button. I've never actually seen a photo come out of them, so I don't know what kind of trick they use. Sure, it must be this button here, but I can't get any reaction no matter how much I press it. Is it? I guess it's turned off. It doesn't have battery. I pressed it as I said this, but indeed it didn't even make a sound, even though my ability definitely said that this is a photographic camera used for taking photographs. I always thought it was some special ability that Tengu had. I never thought it was something. There was something that did that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. It took me forever to set up my Panasonic Lumix just to stream, bro. Oh my god. With ISO and shutter speed and all of that crap. I was like, bro, tell me what the best settings are, man. It was painful. So I can imagine Renoski struggling. Tengu are a mysterious race full of secrets. Because they live on a mountain where humans and other yokai cannot set foot, their peculiar society and their amazing technology are mostly kept mostly hidden. All that one can do is read their newspapers. Even though their techniques for developing photographs are a mystery, their printing techniques are even more surprising. No one but the Tengu possess the technology to roll off a mass of newspapers like those from the outer world. Incidentally, the Kappa also live on the mountain, and you can say that they have the same degree of advanced technology. Theirs allows them to craft amazingly precise tools. It might even be that the Kappa are the ones who make the Tengu's cameras. The items crafted by the Kappa are truly curious, and as a curious shop owner, I am greatly interested in them. But let's leave the thoughts about Kappa items for future and concern ourselves with the photographic camera right now. I guess there's no use after all. I can't even tell where the photos are supposed to come out. By the way, why do you want to take pictures? You want to be like the Tengu and start a newspaper? A newspaper, huh? I do have interest in writing one. If I can write articles that will be read by other people, I can correct society's misinformation about many objects. But there's an even bigger problem in that. Even if I could figure out how to take pictures with the camera, I still wouldn't know how to handle typesetting and printing. No, I couldn't possibly start a newspaper that easily. The reason I want to take photos is that since the spring days outside are so beautiful, I wanted to be able to have a piece of that on hand. Don't we have them every year? Don't get me wrong, I don't want photos of things I couldn't see or things I want to see all the time. What I want is to see ordinary scenery from a different viewpoint. If I could take pictures, then I would be able to use them as a basis in how I view things from the usual. That way I could see everyday scenery in a very different way. Looking at things from different angles is an essential part of a shopkeeper's life. Then just drink some booze. That'll let you see the same thing in a new way. But still, I want that's not Marisa, by the way. That's Zun. But still, I still want to know the trick to taking pictures. There's nothing mysterious about that. The basic concept of creating a picture out of something you see is easy to grasp. Oh really? If you get a real scene in a photo, that's like making a second one, right? But if you make a really big photo, you can't tell it apart if you're far away, right? But they can only be one far off mountain. And making a picture like adding just will be subtracted. The scenery isn't being subtracted, but something else is. For example, if you put up a mirror facing a mountain and stand in between the two, imagine when looking at the mirror. Me. No, forget about you. Look at the reflection of the mountain behind you. The scenery will be projected just as if in a photograph. In other words, an image can be reflected off a mirror even if there isn't a living eye to see it. It's possible to save that reflected instant, and a photographic camera has the ability to do so. You could say that the actual image isn't diminished or duplicated, but it's that reflected instant that gets cut out. That's a little hard to understand, but I guess that's how it works, and they really are photographs. So since the mirror has a flat surface, we can only take flat pictures. No, I think that with a little devising, it is possible to create even solid photographs. I surveyed the store's interior once again and saw that it was truly disheveled, but I wanted to find something to show Marisa the possibility of solid photographs. What does that mean? So I shuffled through it again. Here it is. It's this right here. What I pulled out was a small dragon embroidered box. Opening it, there was a triangular piece of glass inside as large as a thumb. A prism? I took it out and showed it to Marissa. Have a look. What's with this glass? This glass, oh, it is a prism. This glass piece is an item called a triangle mirror or a prism. It's a tool for coloring the air. A tool for coloring the air, you say? There you go, saying weird stuff again. I brought the triangle mirror closer to the window and held it under a spotlight. The triangle mirror absorbed the light and dyed its rays in 7 colors. Oh, it's like a tiny rainbow. With this small triangle mirror, it's possible to color the air. And why did the 7 colors of the rainbow come out of the triangle mirror, you ask? Because all 3 perfect colors and 7 imperfect ones are related to the gods. Who cares about that? What about making solid photographs? If you set 3 triangle mirrors so that they are reflecting their colors from 3 different positions at the same time, you can draw a solid picture. Zun invented holograms? Hello, Cardiac! Welcome, how are you doing? Welcome. We pretty much just started. I was late today. But we're just reading some cola curiosities of Lotus Asia. Alright, hope you're having a good one, Cardiac. Afterwards, it's just a matter of making a tool for preserving the air as it was in that instant, a tool that calms the air. Hold on there. You keep changing the subject as always. How come you can draw a solid picture by reflecting colors from 3 dimensions? Marissa took the triangle mirror from me and looked at it from various angles. If you mix red and green, it becomes yellow. If you mix red and blue, you have violet. With other combinations, you can obtain just about any color. That way, if you cross the rainbow as well, you can paint any color. In order to make a solid picture, you only need to have width, depth, and height. So with a minimum of 3 rainbows from different directions, you can account for all points in the air. What's he cooking? Cardiac, I did. Oh my god, I literally saw it this morning. Guys. Actually, let me take a small cheeky little break to show you guys something. Cardiac, thank you for bringing that up. Oh my god, I'm actually like flabbergasted. It's crazy, guys. So my god, Jeremiah is actually not here, but Jeremiah created such a cute character design for SPONSA-chan. Obviously, you guys have seen our sponsor logo and you know, our design theme and everything. There's our logo right there. Right? Can you see that? There it is, right? And Jeremiah created a super cute design for SPONSA-chan, right? And Cardiac made this super cute fan art of SPONSA-chan right here. Bro, look how adorable she looks. Oh my god. Hey, yo, guys. That's our SPONSA-chan right there. Cardiac, thank you for all of your hard work. I really appreciate that. Like, it's one thing getting fan art of, like, you know, Velo, but getting SPONSA-chan fan art is just so freaking adorable. Oh my god, like, she's actually so cute, man. Cardiac, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, guys, I'm just saying, like, keep an eye out on the Velo fan art channel because it's actually so cool, man. Oh my god, you guys are cooking. Jeremiah, thank you so much for coming up with the design for SPONSA-chan. And Cardiac, thank you so much. She's just a silly little gal. Yeah, she is. Which is, this is perfect as well because SPONSA 2.0 is about to be released very soon. So she's about to get an upgrade, bro. She's about to flex a bit. But Cardiac, thank you very much. Appreciate it massively. Hope you have a good rest of your day, by the way, Cardiac. It's great to see you here. Oh, man. I literally saw it this morning as well. I was like, oh my god, this is actually so adorable. Oh man. Alright. I don't really get it, but drawing pictures in the air, that sure sounds interesting, but that seems like a far-fetched dream compared to the one to take flat pictures. Yeah, that's more or less right. Even if you understand the theory, it won't come true if the technology is too far behind. Like now, right? Ah, yes, Jeremiah. No, bro, that is such a good question. I only realized that after Cardiac said that. I was like, bro, I don't know which way the hair goes. Very good question. I need to sleep on it, I think. Jeremiah, thank you for your hard work in designing her, man. She's actually so cute, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, even if you understand theory, it won't come true. The technology is too far behind. No one has made any tools either for drawing pictures on the air or for immobilizing. I thought so. I was like, we don't have this, right? Just the image. Oh man, nah. Jeremiah, I will sleep on it. Thank you though for your hard work in the character design, man. If we don't come up with new things, all of Gensoga's leading technology will end up belonging to the Tengu or Kappa. And we don't want a monopoly here, man. That's why I'll keep thinking of new things. This is not my only belief as a storekeeper, but to myself personally. Knock, knock. Ah, there you are. It's almost time for the flower bean party, you know? Ah, Reimu, nice work finding me. There aren't many other places where you'd be, Marisa. But anyway, it's really messy here. Looks like a thief entered, or maybe there's a thief inside already. Oh, could be, Dash. Hello, Ninja. How's it going? Oh my, there's a tiny rainbow coming out of that. What is that? Rainbow's looking around the disheveled shop that she entered. Let's drop the gaze on the triangle mirror Marisa was holding. Hello, Kenzo. Welcome. Me when the title and link got jumbled again? Oh, Kenzo, on SPONSA, yeah? we are getting an upgrade soon. I think, hopefully, either this week, end of this week, or next week, Sponsor 2.0, we should be fixing that that issue as well. So excited for it, man. All right. It's a triangle mirror, something they use for coloring the air. You can't eat it. It does look hard, said Reimu. Marissa tilted it and projected the rainbow over the floor and then over my face. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Now, keep the feedback coming, bro. What's the trick behind it, Mr. Renoski? It doesn't look like there's anything inside of it. Reimu and Marissa just asked whatever questions that came to mind without thinking about them. The best thing to do would be to carefully think it over on your own, then compare your conclusions with others. But they are still kids, so I let it be. And besides, it was much better than them not even thinking of questions. Yes, correct. Oh my goodness. I literally just slapped in videos wherever they may be, man. But I thought it was pretty okay, though. There's not anything inside the triangle mirror. What's important is its triangular shape. The number 3 represents perfection and harmony. With 3 legs, you can have stability even on an irregular surface, but that wobbles when it has 4 or more legs, of course, when 2 or more, less legs. However, just like in the case of in the case of the snake, the frog, and the slug, in a 3-way deadlock, everyone is kept in check and fighting cannot break out. But if it's 2 or 4 or more people, they'll soon start quarreling. 3 heads being better than 1, and 3 beats of a drum. Ooh. Cardiac, thank you so much. Woo! The remake, well on the way. Guys, I've literally left my PS5 in the studio because I'm waiting for that. I can't wait. Oh my god. Hey, hello, Gamer King. Welcome. Oh, the gamer arc is continuing. As you can see as well, bunch of games on the menu. Thank you, Cardiac. 3 head thing better than 1, 3 beats of a drum, the 3 sacred treasure, a 3-day emperor. No other number suggests stability as much as 3. 3 guardians in a fire team in Destiny. That last one didn't sound so stable at all. To understand the significance of the number 3 in the triangle mirror, one needs to only look at its transparence. Transparence represents an entity which cannot be seen. In other words, a god. It's just like the presence beyond the bamboo screen is in a shrine. The presence of a god is felt in that transparent space, and the shrine is but a place to worship it. Talking about the shrine's sacred chamber brings us to the Amma. Have a great one, Cardiac. Thank you. Take it easy, and much love again. But today, oh man, in the triangle mirror is the same as the 3 in the sacred chamber: the sky, the sea, and the rain. By mentioning these 3 Amma, you should be able to tell what god they point to, Reimu. The rainbow comes later. You're really following the conversation. You keep getting the sub like you always do. Can't you explain it a little more slowly? Rainbow was the one who asked about it out of curiosity. She should have pondered about it herself. I have no obligation to slow down my explanation to her pace. Whether she understood or not, I went on brilliant teacher, Rinosuke. I mean, that's not his profession, to be fair. Alright, didn't you bring that big animal bone that other time? Didn't I say the same then, that it was a dragon bone? That by being transparent and triangular, that a triangle mirror represents a dragon's living place. I don't think I need to explain that rainbows are traces of the dragon passage, so when something passes through a triangle mirror, in this case light, a rainbow is created. Wait a moment, I took it for granted last time, but how come the dragon leads rainbows in his trail? Oh geez, if I keep being questioned non-stop, I'm not gonna get anywhere with my task at hand. All I wanted today was to investigate a little about how to use the photographic camera. Hey, didn't Raymond come over to look for Marissa? She certainly isn't in any hurry. Just by looking at them, waiting for the answer to their question, you can see that they completely forgot about their original objective. I see. Why does a dragon leave rainbows on his trail, you ask? That might be a little complicated to explain. I'll just let you know that you might not be able to understand it now. You don't need to make a fool out of me, Mr. Renosuke. If you explain it thoroughly, I'm sure I can understand. Aside from the conclusion, since the dragon is made from the 3 perfect elements of the world, it leads in its path the 7 colors of the rainbow. We can create everything in its existence. Pretty grandiose. But you see, the dragon is the highest god of Gensokyo. It can bring creation or destruction. It's on a different level from the yokai around here, but 1 or 2 orders of magnitude. In a world in perfect harmony, there are no gaps where new things can be born. The rain falls from the sky and imbues the seas with the strength of the heavens, and the water evaporates from the sea and becomes clouds. With 3 Amma elements, you only obtain their own cycle. The dragon brought dissonance into this world, and from that dissonance everything was created, and the world was changed. To the perfect 3 they added the rainbow 7, and the world was organized in the 10 powers. Because of that, all substances in Gensokyo are created and destroyed by the inherent interaction of these 10. Oh, when you put it like that, I kind of understand, because that's my specialty. Just what is your specialty again, Marissa? I can tell Rainbow's question was serious or a joke. Well, obviously I'm a magician. Big surprise there, right? You're the one who doesn't seem very shrine maidenish. He has knowledge of substances and the interaction is indispensable for magician. I know that you're actually quite studious about in that respect. That ain't studying. Reading books, polishing spells, I do that every day. Learning like that can't really be called studying. I love that. Wow, you're really seem quite diligent, Marissa, but are you getting any results? The substances are composed of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. These elements interact with each other through the force of the 10, and instead of stability, they are in constant transformation. By the force of 10, it meant that wood fuels fire, fire builds earth, earth brings metal, metal purifies water, water raises wood, wood impoverishes the earth, earth absorbs water, water quenches fire, fire melts metal, and metal cuts wood. There's a complex relationship between the forces, not being limited to only the interaction between two substances. If the strength of metal weakens, wood gets stronger, but if the wood gets stronger, then the fire gets stronger as well, and the earth gets stronger, which leads to metal getting stronger again. And if metal gets stronger, wood gets weaker. And these forces are never stable and are always moving. Many new substances are created and destroyed. So basically, it's because of these forces that I actually lose to Rainbow. Not like I care about losers for excuse, but why do you say so? Yeah, yo, how's it going, Brian? It's because Mario says water and you're wood. And since water raises wood, it means water will usually lose in a fight between the two. But outside duels, it doesn't mean you're incompatible. It actually means good affinity. I am wood and Mario says water. So what are you, Mr. Renoski? Just by looking at Rainbow, you can see that she was a spring person. And she lives in a shrine at the very east. This symbolizes wood. As for Mario said, she liked to dress in black and live in a dark forest away from the sun. That means water. As for me, just as implied by her name, I'm also water. But quite away from the subject about the camera, because you guys just keep asking questions. There's still a lot I don't understand about the dragon god. You can never actually see the dragon, and even if you don't understand everything we discussed right now, as long as you think about it later, it'll be alright. This way, all the world's underpinnings will slowly come clear to you. And by the way, what about your flower being party? It's been some time since you arrived. I forgot about it. Even though we had some unusual guests today. Unusual guests? Since the weather is so clear today, we had some Tengu over. I guess you can ask them today. But wait, bro, you were always doing it. But didn't you say you would join us sometime? What do you say, Mr. Renoski? You want to come? Maybe you can even have the Tengu explain your trick behind the camera. That's right, if I wanted to know the workings of a photographic camera, the best thing to do would be to ask the Tengu about it. Why didn't I realize such a simple before? Wait, Tengu? Tengu, you say? Out of the question. Sorry, but I'm not taking part in this flower being party. Well, I thought you said that, but since there'll be Tengu there, we can even take some commemorative pictures. I'm taking this triangle mirror with me and I'll ask him about a solid picture. Tengu might make it or something. But that, the two of them left, and they just took it. So she did indeed take the triangle mirror. She kept building with it all the time, so I guess she liked it. It wasn't that valuable, but merchandise is merchandise, and I would have liked to be paid for it. Even so, going to a party with Tengu is slightly worrying. Tengu are unparalleled drinkers. The amount of liquor they can imbibe can't be compared to even to heaviest human drinkers. Sounds like, trust me, I know. You can even say they're in the same league as the Oni on that. To go partying with even one Tengu, or worse, with more than one. The reason I didn't want to take part in today's flower viewing is not because I don't like noisiness. If I asked the Tengus about the camera, they would, just for fun, say something like, if you want to know, drink. If you don't, we won't tell. And then they would make me drink so much I wouldn't remember a thing later. That's the kind of creatures Tengus are. Anyway, I had to tidy up my disheveled store. After that, I'll try fiddling with the photographic camera again. I guess I'll just have to find out by myself. I'm looking forward to hearing from those two tomorrow. If they can remember anything, that is. Okay. Does it continue? No, it doesn't. Okay. A fantasy novel based on the perspective of the highly popular indie SCG Touhou series. Written by the series creator Zud himself, and with a fantastical insert picture of Genji Asai. Here's the 19th chapter. In the massive outbreak of the cicada cries. I never know how to say that word. Cicada. What does it tell? Renoski tells about them. Miraculous cicada. The coolness of the morning and evening winds mix the open sightseeing tours with the ancestors from the Neverworld. I understood that reference. I'll come to the land of the living, enjoy themselves, and contentedly return home. In the following days, the afternoon heat will gradually lessen. The cicadas have been pretty noisy lately, huh? And I've never heard them sound this weird either. Oh yeah, bro, I have no idea, man. Kenzo, you know what's like just as bad, right? Guys, I don't know if this happened for you. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it's in a video or what. Let's see if it works here. Or if it's only on my computer upstairs. Bro, YouTube keeps changing its UI and I get so confused, man. No, it hasn't changed it here. But this might have happened in your one, right? Bro, for some reason, they pushed the comment section so far down. Like, all the suggested videos are underneath the description now. And then the comment section comes after that. I'm like, bro, why? What have they done? I don't know if you guys have that yet. Maybe they're A/B testing. But I have that in my computer upstairs. I was so... Yeah. Please, YouTube, don't. That's such a bad design choice, man. Like, please don't do that. Oh my god. Yeah. Like, sometimes they cook, man, and other times they just throw, bro. No worries, Soup. No worries. Welcome, man. Hope you enjoy the next one, bro. Alright. It's like that for me. Yeah, Jackson. I don't know why they've done that, man. It makes no sense to me. Like, this looks way better this way. Maybe we'll get used to it. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense for me that the comments are so far down. Like, you have a description, then you have suggested videos, and then you have comments. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, I digress. Okay. Marcel was reading a book, closed it violently saying this, and pulled the brim out of her hat around her ears. Indeed, the cicadas were abnormally loud, and I've rarely heard this kind of cry before. However, despite not being irritated, I had to repeat myself in a slightly louder voice so she could hear. They can get very loud, man. Wait, really? Really? Oh, yeah, exactly, man. Oh, goodness. Like, I understand it, right? Because we're, you know, Sponsor's getting a big UI, UX overhaul as well. I'd like to think that because we also are users of Sponsor, that we kind of know what we're doing, or like we kind of know what creators want, because we're creators, we want it, so we count as that cohort. I don't know, man. Hopefully, you know, YouTube cooks. We'll see. I've noticed the chain that you cannot delete a video from the playlist. You can only delete from the playlist. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know, man. Hello there, Reaper. How's it going? Well, the people that made it know. Yeah, man. Yeah, but by the way, Sakit, whenever they ever cook, there are times, there's the off times where they kind of cook sometimes. Oh man, but yeah, guys, have you heard cicadas in Japan, by the way, or wherever? Where else are they? I assume they're in like a few other East Asian, Southeast Asian maybe countries. But yeah, they are loud. They can get so loud. And as someone that actually does not like bugs, and I don't like even cicadas, bro. Oh man, I don't like it. I don't like the sound. I don't like the look. I don't like that sound, man. Oh man. Yeah, the miraculous cicada, you know? And what's that supposed to mean? And the cries of these cicadas, I heard this clamor 11 years ago. 11 years ago during summer when I was separating defective stock as usual. How they sound like a low undulation from the direction of the forest. Yeah. Ugh. 11 years ago, I'd only started recording though near the Forest of Magic a few years prior, so at the time I was not as knowledgeable about it, and I did not know that the odd sound was the cry of cicadas. I learned of the truth, real truth behind the sounds from 11 years ago, the day before yesterday. Right. Oh my god. Yeah. So annoying. Why did they do that? Now I have to like do most recent or something, but yeah, man, that was quite bad. God, it's not just me thinking that. 2 days ago, I was woken by the cicadas' piercing cries. Cicadas are mysterious creatures, suddenly crying and just as suddenly disappearing. They hibernate within the earth for years and then come out above ground as if they had just remembered they were still alive. Got that personality, are tolerant of their presence. Oh really? You guys have them here in New York? Oh wow. Okay, today I learned. However, this year's cicadas were not normal. These cicadas' cries were much lower than the normal ones I was used to, and there were clearly many more of them. Got the cacophony, I shut my windows even despite the heat. However, with the windows shut, it was very hot. It had an adverse effect on my stock. I also could not sleep well at night, and customers were unwilling to visit. Really? Oh, okay. Well, very grateful to be living in the city in London, to be fair. Oh wow! Oh my goodness, Reaper, what the hell, bro? Damn, I hope that gets sorted out, man. Oh, this is a bug. It might be it might go back to normal. So I can't see the playlist featured in the plus button for making one, but I can make a playlist by start. Right, Kenzo. To be fair, that is how I used to make playlists. You used to use the actual way. I used to just do it that way. But obviously that doesn't work when you don't have a video to add, right? But yeah. I contemplated how to get rid of the cicada, but unable to take the heat in my store. I left for the first time in a while to the village. Of course, during that time, I did nothing but go over my mind how to exterminate the cicadas. Yeah. Oh man. Right. As I got further away from the store, I found the cicadas' cries decreased in volume. It appears that the cicadas only resided in the Forest of Magic. I was slightly relieved because if worst came to worst, if it was so loud. Ooh, wait, isn't that where Marisa lives? It's so loud it couldn't be in the store. I could go to the place of a human whom I'd received hospitality from a long time ago and live there. It's like his lives are short, so after a few days I'm sure it'd quiet down. While I was thinking about it, I arrived at the Kirisame residence. It had been at least 10 years since I'd seen the father. Ooh. And it was not good with meeting other people from the village other than customers, so I was terribly nervous. I wonder if age has possibly made the father of the house senile and would be unable to recognize me. Oh, yeah. That, I hate that as well. I really don't like that. What you said, Weege, yeah. The humans of the village mature, then age as years pass. These normal processes don't happen to me, so I can never stay long in the village. I only bring unease and fear to the humans there. Oh, man. I was such nervousness quickly vanished. After some small talk, I spoke to the father of the Kirisame house of matters, such as mercantile things, dealings, the current merchandise of Porindo, as well as the tools of the outside world. And with that, my tension melted away and I was able to get to the matter at hand, the obnoxious cicadas. And then I realized when I was at the Kirisame resident, the sound coming from the forest was exactly the same as the low undulation I heard 11 years ago. Took you a while to realize that, eh? The notion was at the back of my mind when I arrived at the village, but 11 years ago, I didn't think that the sound I heard was cicada cries. If I was to give an excuse to... Ooh, banger. Lovely. Okay. If I was to give an excuse, the further you go from a high-pitched sound, the more it goes away, and all you can hear the muffled low sound. This year, it appears the cicada are very close to my store, but 11 years ago, they were far away, and all I could hear was a normal call. Very different feeling now than then. That's why I only realized it after I left my store. It became hot, so I decided to open the window for ventilation. Even by opening the window slightly, the cicada's cries surged in like a flood. So I stopped at opening it up just a finger's breadth. Oh my goodness. Right. Yeah, exactly. After I figured out the mysterious sound of 11 years ago turned out to be the cicada's cries, I asked your father if he knew anything about them. By the way, he seems to be doing well. I really can't hear you. The cicadas are too loud. It turned out he didn't know the cicada were even active yet, as he hadn't heard them. Of course, he also said he knew nothing of the true nature of the cicadas. I'm becoming interested in what that was, so I left Kirisame residence and went to a certain human family's place. The humans are among the humans in the village, the ones with the most resources and knowledge, the Hiedas. It is a proper traditional house with a lineage lasting over 1,000 years. Everything about Gensoki is stored in the enormous library. Oh, right, the Hieda. Okay, enormous library that the Hiedas possess. There's no small amount of knowledge about the outside world as well. To the Hiedas, there is one born every 1 or 200 years called the Child of Mier. Right. Interesting. This Child of Mier is said to have the ability to memorize everything in the Hieda libraries. Oh, correct. All right. Very nice. Love that. Was also it's said to have the ability to memorize everything in the Hieda libraries, and currently it appears the 9th generation of these children is with them. The tomes of the Hieda family are, with some exception, kept hidden from outsiders, but recently those restrictions have been relaxed, and if you have good reason, they will be released to the general public's use. Thankfully, this applies to non-humans as well. I think Remus told me about someone like that, but I'm surprised they got so much cool sound and stuff. The slightly cracked window of the store was not doing its job bringing in the wind, and the room was still hot. Wearing that hat was even more so. After saying that she'd like to go check it out one of these days, she took hers up and began fanning herself with it. But yeah, we do. Yes, we do. We read it. When Marissa said check it out, I'm sure she means still things. But I tried to dissuade her by telling her that relations between the head of the Kirisame and Hieda household were good. Marissa looked frustrated and said, just get back to the story about the cicadas. The Hieda's resources were in fact vast. It was so huge, I didn't even know where to start. But the 9th generation Child of Mier told me that she had memorized the entire library in order to tell people its content. Yeah, half doubting. This is after he wrote that book, right? Half doubting, I asked, are there any records about these loud cicadas? And she told me immediately. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Sorry. Let me just Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, well, got any boogers? Oh my goodness. Half dying, I asked, are there any records about these last cicadas? And she told me immediately. It appears the rumors about her memories are true. Well, if you know how to deal with these loud cicadas, you should also know how to get rid of them, right? So do something about it already. No matter where I go in the forest of magic, there's an annoying cicada out there. I'm gonna go deaf. So plug your ears in. At the time, my interest had already begun to change more than how to get rid of them. I wanted to know why there was a sudden outbreak in volume 11 years ago. The cicada continued their cries as if they were mad. Eventually, my ears got used to the sound and it wasn't as annoying. But speaking in a voice louder than normal makes one's throat dry. I poured tea for two. From the beginning, these cicadas were shrouded in riddles. Cicada mature after about 7 years, then all of a sudden go up to the surface, cry busily for about 7 days, and then leave their bodies to reincarnate. It is said that cicada are the vehicle by which sinners who have cleansed their sins in hell reincarnate into the cycle, their soul being temporarily housed in this form. In addition, there are even more special types of cicada in the outside world. According to the sources, there are 13-year cicada and 17-year cicada. As the name suggests, it appears that they come up once every 13 years or once in 17 years. What about 11 years then? The cicada that appear in Gensokyo are mysterious cicada that appear once in 11 years and are referred to by some people as the miraculous cicada. When one asks why they are called miraculous cicada, one reason is the mystery behind them living 11 long years under the earth. But in addition, whenever these cicada come out, the harvest for that year is sure to be plentiful. Records stop there. So why 11 years? It's a question related to 13-year and 17-year ones in the outside world, but in the first place, it's weird to me that normal cicada sleep so long as 7 years. The resources of the Hiera had no answer to Marisa's obvious question, but only gave a spectator's view on events. This is proper for reference material, but is lacking in something for those who read it. Of course, I had the same question as Marisa. However, the main difference between her and I was that all I could do was think about it on my own, but Marisa has people around her that might know the answer. Of course, that person is. Why don't you ever think about figuring it out yourself? Marisa didn't even seem to notice that I was scolding her. She continued fanning herself with a cap, waiting for me to continue with the story. Perhaps the cries of the cicada increased my annoyance, or perhaps I've just become easier to annoy lately. Oh well, this particular story is a little complex anyway. First, it has been said that it has been said the first confirmed appearance of the 11-year cycle cicada came around 100 years ago. In other words, there is a chance that 100 years ago they were made extinct in the outside world and thus came to Gensokyo. So saying that the 11-year cicada existed in the outside world, think about it, it's only natural to assume this. Since there are 7, 13, 17-year cicada all around the outside world, and that doesn't seem right. There are 7, 13, and 17-year cicada. Wouldn't you think there'd be 10, 15 cicada left? 11 seems so hard-baked. I see it. Appears Marisa thinks that by inserting interval between the numbers of the years, it would be more natural. 10 between 7, 13, and 15 in between 13 and 17. Probably more her instinct than anything theoretical. Most people feel satisfied when such gaps are filled in an orderly manner. Marisa's personality seems to be the type that everything but the books in a room would be scattered all over the place, but the books themselves would be sorted by type and put in numerical order. While not surprising, it would still strike me as somewhat strange. However, I wonder how the instinctively sharp Raymond would have answered. It's odd numbers, no? It must be 11 years. In fact, the cicada of the outside world must realize that the 11-year ones are long gone. 7, 11, 13, 17. That sort of number of years just doesn't feel right. What about 9? No, we are missing 15 there. Oh, prime numbers. Oh, maths, man. Do you understand? Those numbers can't be divided by anything but themselves. And 1. They are prime numbers. What the hell, man? He knows about prime numbers? Whether they are 7, 11, 13, or 17, they're all prime numbers. The prime numbers that greater than 7 proceed as 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and so on. I realized that the outside world had 7, 13, 17-year cicada that was missing the 11-year cicada. I keep too high, man. They can circulate cicadas that came once every 11 years. Therefore, I hypothesized that the 11-year cicada were of the outside world. Now, for some reason, they had become extinct there. Might give me another earful, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Why do cicadas only show up? That's a good question. Why do cicadas only show up in cycle of prime number years? That's a normal question to have, but unfortunately, I can't answer it. What? But the coordinator doesn't like questions that go unanswered. Right, you understand me well. So keep it coming. What's next? That me and use it, but whatever. He likes the questions, man. Very unlikely that the cicada, which all come out in different prime numbers of years, would all happen to come out at once. The cycle for 13-year and 17-year cicada both coming out at once is only once every 221 years. Thus, is probably to minimize the undesirable years when multiple kinds of cicadas are all out at once. If it was 10 and 15 years, as you also suggested, they'd run into each other every 30 years. Oh, okay. Hello, Taco. How's it going? Welcome. I think I get it. Cicada are pretty smart, huh? It doesn't mean that they're smart. As I said before, he said the cicadas are vessels for souls that as they leave hell. In other words, the system invented by the Yama is only natural that it would be clever. But how come only the 11-year cicada that are showing up here when extinct in the outside world? I can only venture a guess, but I'd imagine that between the 11-year, 13-year, and 17-year cicada, the youngest 11-year group became the victims. Those 3 years, those three would only ever all come out at once every 2,431 years. Hey, he's quick at maths, bro. After centuries and centuries, that year finally came. The 11-year cicadas were driven off again Tokyo. Maybe. Hearing you talk about it makes these noisy cicadas actually seem valuable. Miraculous once every 11-year cicada, huh? Exactly. And that's why I don't want to exterminate them. I bravely opened the window. The 11-year cicadas cried piercingly with the joy of being released from their long-standing sins. I expected Marisa covered her ears, making a sour face. Nevertheless, it was still probably louder at her own home than at my shop, which is why she hadn't left yet. Because a shop full of people who weren't customers was a pain, I drove Marisa out. She reluctantly left, but no doubt didn't return home. Instead, taking advantage of the hospitality of the shrine or somewhere similar. Although since her family lives in the human village, she should just go back there instead. How long had these cicadas been chirping? I thought about it. I noticed a strange coincidence linking the Yama to the cicada. The Yama is famous for holding trials for the memorial service every 7 days after a person's death, from the first 7th day to the seventh days. This 7 is a prime number. The number of days matching the number of years between times when the cicadas come to the surface. Furthermore, after judgment is passed, if you think about remaining underground to await reincarnation, the number of days a 7-year cicada would have to wait is roughly the same as the number of years that would pass before 11-year, 13-year, and 17-year cicada all came out at once. Cicada are mysterious creatures. While they were created in accordance with the Yama system, they seem to have a more subtle nature, and the possibility exists that their nature gradually gains more magical significance. Why do they stay underground for the same amount of time as the souls down to hell? Why do they disappear after only a short time on the surface? The humans have the shortest period in the cycle of transmigration, but in saying so, I wonder what happens to yokai when they die. What will happen to me, a half yokai? I closed the window once more, lost in thought. Did we know this? Well, we know Renosuke lives long, right? He's not like a regular human. But did we know he's a half? Did I know he's a half yokai? Or did I forget this? Damn, what the hell? Okay. Okay, next one. Autumnal leaves dyed red with the season. A great mystery within the gathered pouring of sake. It was okay. Damn, I was because yeah, it must have been because we know Yomu's half yokai. So, but now I know. Anyway, now I know. Yeah. The newest long-awaited book, Perfect Memento in Strict Sense. Speaking of which, published by Ichi Jinsha, will soon go on sale. I just forgot, which happens. Naturally written by Zoom with cover art is by the same artist as this series, Genji Asai, and including artwork of every Touhou character by Sukuri Momonji. It also comes with the CD-ROM with music and other content. A must-have for all fans. Lovely. The sake of God? The sake of God? I actually don't know how to read that. The yokai mountain was aflame with reds and yellow. The temperature sharply declined, and the red leaves on the trees, their lives succumbing to eternity, fell. The drink, okay, thank you, fell to the ground, unable to withstand the autumn wind. As the sun sank behind Yokai Mountain, the Tengu could be seen flitting about the scarlet sky. This time of year, when it was at its most beautiful. All right, give me a second. Really got a sake moment there, bro. The reverse sake is real, man. Both make sense without context. October is called the godless month because they said that generally most gods are absent during it, but this cannot be the proper name for such a month filled with such godly beauty. It is actually called the fermenting month, meaning this is when all of the grains gathered during the harvest are brewed to make sake. There we go. Hey, you seem to be in a good mood. I'm preparing to brew the new sake for this year. How can I not be? Yeah, but this is Touhou. They looked at me skeptically, asked, "You make sake?" To which I simply said, "Yes, because this is Korindo." Today, the three of us, Marisa, Reimu, and I, were to sample the 4 mushrooms accompanied with sake. Reimu and I were currently waiting at the store as a critical ingredient, the mushrooms, had yet to arrive. Well, I didn't know you made sake too, Mr. Renosuke. We should try it next time. How old are Reimu and Marisa again? Reverse take and you get Yutaka take. I like it. Sake is easy to say much better in colder weather, and being that this will be brand new homemade sake, that should make it even more delicious. October is a month for new rice. It's only natural to brew new sake from new rice. Well, I guess it would be okay, but not important. Only you don't drink too much of it. Time works mysteriously in Gensokyo. Oh man, Reimu and Marisa drink without bothering to taste the sake after I put so much effort into brewing it. That's just a waste. Don't ask a lady there. You're right. How could I, man? Poor taste. We don't drink that much if it doesn't taste good. Oh, but it does. Then maybe you will drink a lot. Actually, the reason why I'm brewing sake is not to merely drink it. Sake starts out as rice, and I wonder when it turns to sake. With my ability to know the names of objects, I should be able to clearly distinguish this point. No questions about it. The Japanese have a long history of drinking sake. Thousands of years ago, there are records of their personality. Taste alcohol. All Japanese taste alcohol in the history books in the mainland. By this time, Japan had already developed its own methods of brewing alcohol. And this produced rice alcohol or sake with a faint, mellow scent and no aftertaste and a refined flavor. There are many different varieties of sake, among them some of the finest spirits. Just like rice, it had a flavor that suited practically every dish and was essential to any meal. It's like Ash from Pokemon. So, distillery here. It doesn't seem like... what is the alcohol content of sake? I'm sure it varies, right? But generally, like, what would you say? It doesn't seem like... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it would be kind of high, right? It doesn't seem like many girls that live here. I wonder if it would really come out all right. Oh my! Reimu's mannerisms exhibited her deep connection to the craft of brewing sake. It's no mystery that sake and shrines have a very intimate relationship. Originally, the job of a shrine maiden was to drink sake. Nani? Drinking sake will alter the mental state and allow them to communicate with the gods of this world. As proof of this, a god of sake called Kushi no Kami comes from the word kushi or mysterious, meaning that drinking sake makes one do mysterious things. Oh, interesting. Sport cafe. Francis, that's wild, bro. Fair. Okay, yeah, Brian Kenzo, thank you. Interesting. Sake is a necessity during shrine rituals as they need sake more than most occupations. A long time ago, nearly the entire available supply of sake was brewed at shrines. Well, that real? Wow. Well, nowadays you don't hear shrines bring sake too often. It isn't now a place for Reimu to talk as if she's learned in it. As because shrines always have a supply of special sacred sake. When did you start bringing sake? I just started this year. A dubious expression formed on Reimu's face. You know that the gods won't ferment it that easily. To begin with, you need a lot of it for it to work. Enough that if you don't drink a lot, you won't finish it. Yeah. I can totally imagine Lami saying that. She actually did say that, yeah? I had expected her to make that kind of face. Okay, then. I'm sure if I keep trying every year, I'll turn out better. I know I might fail, but I won't get better if I never start. Respect. Ring-a-ling. Good fragrances. Matsutake kakishimeji. I got the very spirit of fall in these mushrooms right here. Kakishimejis are poisonous. No sweat the small stuff. It was already here, so put these on the grill and let's start drinking. Tonight's main course had arrived. Holding a hat stuffed to the brim with mushrooms, excited, Marisa seemed ready to drink. Yeah, correct. Yes, I know I'm almost done with preparation, so wash off those mushrooms for me while waiting. Preparations? What you preparing? And she was asking questions for the sake of asking questions. I told her not to worry about it and sold the mushrooms. Mr. Brinoski started to brew sake. Marisa said, you don't say, in an uninterested fashion, adding, if you start now, you're not going to make it in time for tonight's meal, which was completely obvious. Naturally, all I have here are things that will become sake. If you wanted to drink, you should have brought your own. I'm pretty sure there's plenty at the shrine, right? Oh yeah, no problem there. I kind of thought something like this happened, so I brought this. She's well prepared, but only for herself. Under the heap of mushrooms, she produced a bottle of sake. Reimu looked unsurprised, started to say, that's sake. Wild, man. That's sake. Yep, fine, it's sitting around at the shrine, but it's much too soon to drink that. She appeared shocked when she said that. The very next moment, her expression changed to one of aloofness. Oh my god, Brian, I literally thought the same. If I would give it an age, Reimu and Marisa, they actually aged up over the years. In Touhou Town on parallel to real life, they look the same now. They did over 20 years ago. Yeah. When it comes to this, guys, I'm a Blue Archive player, man. Age, even Uma Musume, Blue Archive, like all of these gacha games as well that have New Year's events, Halloween events, a lot of that. Age is but a construct, bro. It makes no sense to take that into account when taking long-running series like this, like Pokemon, even Pokemon with Ash, for example. Okay. So you bring sake here. That reminds me of when I tried it myself a while back. That's the first I've heard of that. I didn't imagine it didn't go so well. I imagine. Wow, that's the first I heard of that. It didn't go so well, did it? It was an absolute failure, Marisa said, making a goofy expression, tittering and lightly wrapping her head. Hearing her speak of a failure with the sign, she was in a good mood. She truly is one who doesn't care about her past. Since you can make alcohol from rice and fruits, I thought I'd try giving mushroom shochu a crack. Oh, that's when things got bad. Shochu, okay. I didn't understand her reasoning, but Marisa excels in that kind of thinking. Even in magic, she attacks common knowledge with her own unique theories, such as the theory that magic only has 5 basic elements. She's the only one who put forth effort in proving it wrong. Some of the new spells she makes even surprise the yokai. Wow. I'm still not sure about the mushroom shochu. That's a rather avant-garde variety. How did it turn bad? I created some weird new mushroom. Everyone laughed at the ridiculous outcome in Marisa's tale. Sake isn't something you can make with whatever you like, wherever you like. It's something that must be made as an offering to the gods, so it must be pleasing to them. The number one rule is that if there are no gods enshrined at whatever distillery is, then sake won't turn out well, and the rules only get more technical from there. Then will slowly change the subject from theology to biology. The gods prefer to brew food with sugar, think that fruits which are naturally full of sugar are easy to turn into alcohol. With luck, all that's necessary is to crush it and leave it sit. In the case of fruits that grow on trees like pears and grapes, you can tell that it's fermented when the smell changes. You may have seen these animals or bees gather around overripe fruit that fall on the ground, because the smell of fermentation attracts them. In the case of rice and other grains where the sugar content is low, it's necessary to change the starch into sugar through fermentation. Even though it's not the same fermentation that turns to alcohol, it is a necessary step. As the starch dissolves, that creates a sugar-rich substance called mold. Once the mold has been prepared, the process is the same as with fruits and is left to the gods. Today I learned how to brew sake, I guess. The main difference between rice alcohol and fruit alcohol is that it's nearly impossible to make rice alcohol naturally ferment on its own. The more time and effort put into it, the better the end result will be. There is also another kind of alcohol made in a way similar to rice alcohol, but with wheat, called beer. Zun is like, yes. That is yet another case. I started making sake. I studied the process on my own, but most of what I found, I had already heard from Reimu. She knows all about it because she's been distilling it at the shrine. At her shrine to this very day. So sure, to make alcohol, you need sugar. I doubt this weird mushroom of yours contains any, so even making a little bit might be difficult. Well, aren't we, Miss Know-It-All? Maybe you should have used your brain power to learn how to be a better shrine maiden instead. Marisa said. Well, I couldn't let that go because I knew that making sake was truly part of a job. Oh. Okay, well, interesting. No, having thorough knowledge about how to make sake is very important for a shrine maiden. That's because they need sake to be able to communicate with the gods. A long time ago, brewing sake was one of their jobs, although I'm not so sure about it now. I took an indirect glance at Reimu. If she really was making sake at a shrine now, I expected her to show some kind of reaction, but my plan did not work. She continued to speak. Well, since your house is in the forest of magic, Marisa, something else might just be something else just might be fermenting there. I'm not so sure about coriander though. Reimu's eyes passed around the room. I realized it's a little cluttered, but far from sanitary. So you're saying there aren't any gods here that could brew sake? Reimu looked around the inside of the store. The sheet gun from the outside world, the Tengu's camera, the ghost lamp, and of course, Reimu said this: the gods are already brewing too many things in here. Mushrooms were cooking, the fragrance permeating the air. As some time had passed since Reimu began her lecture on alcohol, it was already dark outside and the reddened mountain could only be seen as a black shadow. It was now time for Kushi no Kami, the alcohol-loving yokai, and ourselves to drink the night away. Though air was filled with spores from the lightly salted mushroom due to the fire, we began to drink accompanied by Justice Sen. Reimu and Marisa began to squabble over the mushroom, but it was a light-hearted act. After myself, I drank while eating, filling my mouth with mushrooms while imagining the day when my own sake would be ready. No, that kind of story always makes me pained, man. Right. Yeah. I'm glad to be honest, man. That kind of stuff always gets me, bro. Like, for example, Hollow, Spice and Wolf, bro. I love her. She's my, like, ultimate waifu, bro, of all time. But she is a goddess and immortal, so... Correct. As the fermentation process continues, at what point does it become sake? I had actually already mentioned a guess. Oh, Reimu, I wouldn't eat those kashimejis. They're slightly poisonous and you'll end up in bed for a while. Don't worry, they're clean. As Reimu pondered it herself, Marisa added, if you do end up in bed, it'll be fine. I'll take care of the shrine for ya. I kind of want to give Marisa a Cajun accent, man. She reminds me, like, reading this reminds me of reading Gambit's lines in comics when the writers would, like, kind of bring his Cajun accent out. Upon hearing that, she tossed the mushroom still in her chopsticks out the window. The fact that there isn't anyone who knows more about mushrooms that grow in the forest of magic than Marisa, there are other edible mushrooms that look very similar to kakishimeji. Due to the low reach of the sunlight and high temperatures in the forest, mushrooms... She about to make a name for herself, yeah. Right. Oh, man. Interesting. I think a mushroom, due to the low reach of sunlight and the high temperature in the forest, mushrooms thrive where few other things can. I took a mushroom that looked like a Jordan ball, put it in my mouth, and began to chew. The sensation of the mushroom flooded my mouth and nose through the power of the sake, filling me with an indescribably pleasant experience. When does sake become sake? Philosophical now about sake. I believe it is the very moment when it is joined with delicious food in the mouth. Until then, sake, it might not be too much to say, is just another liquid. Sake made by the gods is something no human could ever do. Is it sake or vinegar? Something else entirely. Literally, only the gods know. Oh, man. And the sake from the sake from the god of sake naturally chooses who drinks it, and to pay respect to Kushi no Kami, one must become drunk. Drinking a lot and becoming very drunk is important. This is not just Zun talking to us. Yeah. Brian. How much a human or yokai enjoys luxuries such as alcohol, tobacco, coffee, and tea are a good indicator of the character. It's easy to tell their sensitivity and how broad-minded they are through these luxuries. Tengu, Oni, Kappa, and other strong yokai are also strong to alcohol. Vampire don't drink tea merely because it resembles the color of blood. It is all simply because a yokai that enjoys luxuries becomes strong. This is all just insane stuff, literally. What's the matter? You're not moving chocolate at all. Is it the poison from the Yonemogantia? Yeah. What's that? What's a Yonembo? That's what she ate just now, Corin. Looks like a Jonembo, didn't it? Though it's obviously in different sides, it's called a Yonembo because it looks like a yokai Jonembo. I start to feel uneasy. Yeah, they only grow in the forest of magic, but they got a nice smell and a good and rich flavor. And of course it's fun to eat them. If it weren't meant to be eaten, it would have been on the grill. I was praying not to the gods, but to Marisa. Of course, they're hallucinogenic. Well, you were right, but the effects aren't too bad, so you'll be fine. That's why I decided to cancel the evening pizza. Chase it too out. He just got spiked, bro. Oh my god. They said they had already eaten their fill, so they left without fuss. Even if it tastes fine to her, the problem is that she fed me a poisoned mushroom to someone else. I fed a poisoned mushroom to someone else. Well, Marisa might be used to living there. A normal human can't withstand the forest miasma for long periods of time. Your mushrooms still grow there. I wish she would just gather safer mushrooms. But there was still one more question remaining. That being, does Reimu actually make sake at a shrine? Whether because of my bragging about brewing my own sake or being too nervous about Marisa's mushrooms, I was hesitant to ask her directly. So the answer to that question will remain unknown. Alright. What did resident of Gensoke think of the brilliance raining down from far away while awaiting the release of the new book Touhou Gumonshiki? Perfect momentum in strict sense. Ishinsha, here's the story where Marisa and Reimu view a meteor shower at Korindo. To all the fans, I can't wait for the book as well. Why don't we all read this issue's Korindo and think about the mysteries of space. No worries, Space Rain. We'll see you over on Twitch. Alright, see you in a bit, man. Hope everything goes well. The universe the yokai saw. Okay. Where are we now? We are on 22. So, final 2 chapters, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Yeah. Oh, there goes 2 in a row. Yeah, just one more to make 10. The excited voice of the 2 rang out inside the darkened shop. Soon it'll be midnight, a time when crying children had long quieted down, but neither Raymond nor Marisa had done so. The 2 of them had taken up occupancy in my store and turned off all the lights. I, unable to read a book or write in my journal, moved over to where they were, relying on a little bit of moonlight coming from the window. Really, I don't know what to do with you 2. And we had enough. These so-called meteor showers aren't exactly rare, you know. What are you talking about? You said it yourself, didn't you? Tonight the shooting stars will be amazing. I'm sure more than 100 before. I really do think about 100 before, but you don't intend to watch all of them, do you? You bet. I even got over 100 wishes ready to go. Noon inside Korindo, the day when both Reimu and Marisa came to appreciate meteor showers. I placed a mysterious newly acquired item on top of my desk, gazing at it. I say it was a newly acquired item, but the item itself was old and a bit dirty. The parts made of metal had spots of rust here and there as well. The item was made up of a ball the size of a large watermelon and 4 legs supported. Oh my lord. The ball was made of metal but had a very odd form. These were there were a number of thin rings fashioned from metal. Let's try and work out what this is. Okay, a mysterious newly acquired item on top of my desk. Gazing at it. I see the new part made of metal had a spot of rust. Item was made up of a ball the size of a large round watermelon and 4 legs supporting it. The ball was made of metal but had a very odd form. There were thin rings fashioned from metal connected together. They were used for measurement. They formed a sphere that air could easily pass through, like a throwing ball made of bamboo. What the hell? Furthermore, each of the metal rings could rotate freely while the legs kept everything else in place. I don't know. Unfortunately, a few of the metal rings had rusted. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I don't know. What does a sextant look like? Oh, something to measure, like celestial body. Something about space. Okay. That I know the name. I've just never seen how one looks like. Navigation. Yeah. Okay. Wow. You do know that means 6, right? Sex means 6, right? If I'm not mistaken. I can't even remember now, man. Alright. Okay. So I thought I'd somehow try to fix it myself. What's with this weird hollow globe? It's not a globe, Marissa. When did you come in? Or maybe a hole had opened up in the earth. Marissa asked if it wasn't a globe. In what language? Probably Greek or Latin or something, man. I don't know. Marissa asked if it wasn't a globe, then just what was it? A globe is a model of the earth. The human living in Gensokia don't know much about the planet they live on. That is because Gensokia is in a small area of the mountains in a small part of Japan, where itself is a small part of the world, and it's not a place one can easily leave. That said, it's not like outside information tools aren't able to find their way in. A globe is one of the various tools that have washed in from the outside world, and so we've been able to learn. Piero, thank you very much. Ooh. Nash, looking forward to seeing what you got cooked up, my man. Thank you. Thank you, Piero. I appreciate that big time. Okay. Hex is Greek. Okay, awesome. Alright, and so we've been able to learn about the earth we live on. Speaking strictly, while they understand knowledge down to smaller places here, the human resident of Gensokia and the land they live in isn't quite connected with the knowledge of the earth. For example, if you were to say here that a hole opened up in the earth, they would easily believe you. I think it could easily happen. Though still though, this tool looks like a globe. It is certainly not. It is a tool to measure objects that though are always close to Gensokia, we still don't know much about. It is the same as the earth. This tool is called an armillary sphere. The flip. Search Google. Oh my god, okay. Oh, really, Jeremiah? Interesting. Why? I've seen these, but how does it work? And why? It does look pretty sick though, isn't it? Yeah. I do wonder what the history behind this is. Like who invented this and why? An armillary sphere, the historical astronomical model of the celestial sphere, consists of a framework of intersecting metal rings representing major lines of the sky, such as the equator, ecliptic, and meridians, centered around a small globe, usually the Earth or the Sun. Really? Wow. Flipping hell, man. Flipping hell, bro. That's so crazy. That's so crazy, dude. What the heck, man? Hey, yo. Humans are kind of smart, you know. Fair play. Tool called armillary sphere. If a globe is a tool used to provide information about the Earth, armillary sphere is used to provide information about space. An armillary sphere is an unusually complicated tool. All of it is used for is meant to measure the position of the stars. However, there's a reason for this complexity. Though it appears that the stars are just floating in the sky, correctly measuring the position is difficult. It is not something you can measure absolutely, like how the ground you see from far away has mountains and forests giving various degrees of heights. While lines can be drawn between stars, exactly. While lines can be drawn between stars, and there are many fundamental stars that don't move and are simpler to calculate, that is still mere speculation. The positions are unreachable, and observing stars that exist apart from the fundamental ones has long troubled many astronomers. In order to resolve that problem, the anomaly sphere couldn't have been made without being complicated. So how do you use this thing? Well, that's what I'm investigating now. So you don't know either? Well, that's how it always is. I was just making a fool of me, but it was true, so I couldn't deny it. Well, I imagine this is how you'd use it. While looking at a star through this tube in the middle, you match up the rotating sphere with the star and take a reading from the scale or something written here. I realized that there were strange characters written on this object. What I thought was a scale or something. Wasn't it a simple number system? There's a possibility that these strange characters broaden the usefulness of the armillary sphere. What, is this something on the ring? Is something on that ring? There certainly is. I thought for sure that this was a tool from the outside world, but the characters here. Ooh. Characters written here could overturn that theory. Wait, can I see? Can't read it. Well, that was fast. String characters, it was Japanese. But I mean, no, Japanese obviously could still be from the outside world. String characters written on the military were the names of constellations. Written here is Yuki Nudoius, Kaenbaius, Basho no Seius. They appear to be the names of constellations to me. What's with that? They must be some crazy constellations, aren't they? There's more to the problem than that. I haven't heard of these constellations either. Well, it might just be nothing more than a list of ridiculous constellation names. That'd be strange in and of itself. But even if that were the case, these constellation names: Tennomeus, Surbu Otoshius, Great Tengu. Are these all the names of yokai? The constellations we know, and this probably applies to not only humans of Gensokyo but humans of the outside world, mostly came from the continent. They have a long history being made before Gensokyo became separated from the outside world. Furthermore, there are still some constellations that originated from ancient Japan, but few remain now. The Japanese ones were simply stars themselves rather than interconnecting lines between them, and were given names and worship. But at least that's what I've always saw. But after looking at this armillary sphere, I'd probably have to rethink my assessment. It's hard to think that constellations with names of yokai would have come from all over the continent. If Japan named this many constellations, it wouldn't be changing that Japanese astronomy has advanced considerably. However, all of them are yokai names. If this was the work of Japanese astronomy, they should have used more names from gods or heroes. If you think of it that way, rather than Japanese astronomy, it's possible that this armillary sphere is not a tool of the outside world, but instead, it's probably a yokai armillary sphere. Yokai have been living for thousands of years, so it wouldn't be strange if they had their own astronomical knowledge. The yokai have many things that can put human technology to shame. They must have created their own system of astronomy, as well as instead of using humans. Possible to think that the astronomy used by humans is in fact a field of study thought of by yokai. Additionally, it said that over 1,000 years in the past, yokai traveled to the moon. At the time, humans wouldn't have yet known the meaning of the moon or stars. For that reason alone, the yokai astronomy must be excellent. Not wrong, not wrong. The moon is an important heavenly body for yokai. Holding festivals on days when the moon is full and calming down during the new moon, it's easy to imagine that yokai study of the moon is greatly advanced. However, the yokai names of constellations and familiar spheres suggest that not only the study of the moon very extensive, but of the stars as well. For example, the Milky Way is called the Oni God's Way, and there the sake of Oni flows to Earth. Close to that, the extremely bright Orion's belt is called by yokai the Ibuki Doji's belt, and indicates the Ibuki Doji's three powers of harmony, finite, and infinite. Because the planet's brightness and inconsistent movement, they are called Tengu stars. They move here and there and can be read as an existence that disrupts the orbit of other yokai. Oh, lovely. Okay, Kenzo, thank you for the heads up there. Man, okay. Comments. Right. Just how the orbits of the yokai. Comets also recorded within the yokai constellations. Even though comet cycles have been researched, and the yokai can live for a long time, you can say that it's easier for them to observe than humans. Comets are called detested or condemned stars because they are apparently bad omens that threaten yokai society. The one written with the largest character is Tenryuus. This is the so-called Big Dipper. Tenryu always stares at one point and looks as if it might take flight any time. The star at the point of Polaris, the North Star. Oh, mad. Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And the yokai constellation Polaris is the unmoving star. Basically, it is the face of the unmoving Lord of Night, Fudosan. Fudo-san, in embodiment of Dainichi Nyorai, the Buddha of the sun. It goes without saying, Dainichi Nyorai is an avatar of the sun that renders yokai powers ineffective. In the night world, he is said to become Polaris and consume yokai power in order to prevent their pestle from getting out of hand. They say that Tenryu is plotting to eat Fudo-san, Polaris to control the sky both day and night. According to the record, they prophesied that after a few thousand years, Tenryu will move. The yokai society will undergo a great metamorphosis. Though it said to not happen for thousands of years, yokai foresight is incomparable to humans, but this may be troubling. Anyway, giving me a complete rundown of how it works is just going to be a waste of time. But I got something I want to ask you. I know you can find the position of the stars in the yokai constellation with this thing, but what is that? Master of the night sky. Master of the night sky, isn't that the moon? I guess that's what that lets you measure the position of the moon too. The moon is the heavenly body important to the yokai too. So the master of the night sky would have to be the moon. Nah, it's not the moon. There's some other heavenly body. Why are they being called master? The sun, no? Those, the star that stands out the most, the one that falls down and disappears in a flash. Supernova? Ah, okay. In the flash. You mean shooting stars? Yeah, that's it. They're my favorite out of all the stars. They grant your wishes too. Ah, I see. Shooting stars. Like flashing things, liking flashing things, very Marisa-like, but that is different. Those aren't celestial bodies. Shooting stars aren't stars, you know. It's a shooting star, right? Ain't it a star? These stars are scales from Tenryu, the dragon who flies through the heavens that sparkle when they fall out. So this tool can't find their position. I guess because they move, huh? I think you'll be able to measure that, but it's still a shame. Well, that's a shame. If you knew what time they fell, you could have as many wishes granted as you wanted. If you got enough free time to study out the stars, you could study shooting stars instead. Not like they were studying them because they had free time, but it's true you can't tell when a shooting star will fall. However, I know a way to see them for sure. What was that, really? If you're not tell me. A few times a year on certain days, a large amount of shooting stars pour from the sky. If you look then during a single night, you can probably see 10 or 100 shooting stars. Have you guys ever seen a shooting star? I've never seen a shooting star in my life. I mean, I live in London. I don't think we see stars anymore, man. Hold on, let me check. London night sky. Damn. That's crazy. Guys, look at this. Could we ever have seen stars in London? I swear I did when I was a kid. Could you have ever seen... When was the last time? 30 years ago. That tracks. I am 31. Would I remember from when I was 1 year old though? When could you last see stars in London? Let's see. Every night. No, in London, bro. In London. I am in the city. I guess you still can, but like not as easily, right? I feel like it was around 20 odd years ago as well. It's gonna say today. Yeah, fair enough, man. No. I'm just saying, like, wait, I think that right. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, just straight up, like, if I go out now, or not now, but like when it's the night, if I go up and look to the sky, I won't see stars. I just won't see stars. Really? Like, yeah, straight up, like tonight, right? Tonight, I'm gonna end stream. But tonight's stream's gonna end a bit early. But if I go out in the night, I will look up to the sky and I will not see stars, bro. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, maybe. Like, bro, like this is what it looks like to us. Yeah. I just will not see stars. Yeah. That's crazy. Or maybe I'm gaslighting. Maybe I'm mistaken. Let's see tonight. I'll let you know next week. Maybe at the Jeremiah, which I have been to actually. Yeah. Not during the night though. He doesn't go outside. I have been there though. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, and I live in the suburbs as well, right? But yeah. If you tell the uncertain days, a large amount of shooting stars fall from the sky. And yeah, if you look during then, you see during a single night, you can probably see 10, no, 100 shooting stars. Yeah, man. So I told Marissa, hello, Kowalski, how's it going, man? Welcome. So I told Marissa one of the days that one could see a meteor shower. And on that day, Marissa showed up early, brought along Rainbow, and we had a sort of meteor shower viewing party. Yeah. Exactly, Francis. Exactly. But look how crazy this is, right? Like, I'm here saying, hello. I'm here from London saying, I've not seen a star in ages. And then there's you guys saying, I see them every night. It is amazing how we all come from different walks of life, different places on the planet, to just enjoy some Touhou together. Yeah. It is pretty cool, man. Oh man, all right. And we had a sort of meteor shower viewing party. How connected we could be. Absolutely, man. I wonder how much time has passed. They counted the 15 shooting stars. This is amazing. I really think we'll see 100 of them tonight. I'm starting to feel a bit tired. After saying Remy shouldn't be, Marissa leaned further outside the window. This is actually very cute, man, of Marissa. To taking the astronomical show. Ah, the 16-1. Can. Remy whispered. What's with that? Saying your wish 3 times while the shooting star visible is almost impossible, isn't it? So I try shortening my wish as much as possible. Yeah, exactly. Go to a higher place to avoid light pollution. Right. Yeah, cut off too much. Yeah, what kind of wish was that anyway? I wish about my incantation spell. What are you wishing for? I want to use stronger magic. Connect. I understood that reference. I love that. Both of them were excited about seeing 100 shooting stars. As the time between them continued to increase, they ended up losing count, becoming tired and falling asleep. And thus the curtain had closed on the first shooting star wishing party. Present day, 4 or 5 years later, I stared at the memorable artillery sphere. From then on, the shooting star wishing party became a yearly tradition. I've already had quite a few of them. When I think about it, I get the feeling that ever since the first shooting star wishing party, Marissa wanted to use star-related magic. Now when it comes to magic shooting stars, it's Marissa's #1 specialty. Plus every year she comes asking for the dates of meteor showers. I hear she'll watch them, and I hear she'll watch them by herself. Oh, that's actually hella sweet, man. One day Marissa was enchanted by Tenryu, and I wondered if her wishes were granted. The polar opposite of the static movements of the stars, shining brightly and immediately disappearing. Every now and then they'll become meteorites that reach the earth and hold a power capable of dealing incredible damage. I wonder what people see in those kind of shooting stars. Oh, the yokai artillery sphere? That sure brings back memories. You're still holding on to it? How many years have passed, man? Yeah, I took it out. I took it out for the first time in a while and I was looking at it. But when did you come in? You had a daydream and didn't notice me. I was reminiscing a bit for the past. Huh? What is it? I've read the names of the yokai constellation written on the artillery sphere. There are various yokai written down, but I found one that particularly caught my attention. Good night, Kowalski. I wasn't the name of a constellation, but it stood out the most. Never mind, it was nothing. It looked like it was, and it was. The legend about yokai going to the moon over 1,000 years ago isn't really a legend. I heard it from the mouth of one of the yokai herself. Yukari, baby. In other words, that yokai is still living in Gintoki, and still controlling things from behind the scene. Where Yukari just gives Renosuke the shivers, man. On this artillery sphere, that yokai name is written. Furthermore, it was written as a creator's name. Let me see. Oh, I think it should be read as Ota Yakumo Yukari. Ugh. Really? She made this? Marissa was clearly annoyed, and strangely I agreed to that. The reason is that the place where those characters were written was in place where a constellation name should be. Furthermore, it wasn't a maker, but author. That's it. It was named by that annoying yokai. Lame. Who would? At any rate, she's smart and has a wealth of knowledge. If you were honest about it, you probably would do well to learn from her. I don't want her. Anyway, just because she made this doesn't really mean she's smart. You don't have nearly enough humility nor the ability to conjecture. It doesn't mean that Yukari Yakumo is the yokai that made the artillery sphere. Most likely she's the one who came with the name of the constellation written on the artillery sphere. In other words, I think she's the one that made the constellation in Tokyo. A place where these sorts of characters are still active. Until now, I've underestimated the power yokai have to live very long lives. But thinking about how that relates to the sphere, I felt a slight chill. Damn. Alright. Final one for today, everyone. The Contagious God. Let me just double check if it is indeed the last one. Contagious God number 23. And yeah, correct. Okay. The Shrine Maiden and the Magician cannot win against this illness. The latest book in the Touhou series, Perfect Momentum in Strict Sense, Ichijinsha, is now on sale. In this chapter, both Marissa and Reimu have turned ill at the same time. As what could it be affecting these two? Oh no. Okay. The Contagious God. Alright. Okay. Around the middle of winter, they caught the flu. The sliding door to the storage room rattled and opened with some difficulty. As very few things back there generate heat, snow often piles up on that area on the roof. The weight of the snow pushes down on the roof and thus the door. That may be one factor. Why I say one is because there is yet another important reason. That being the spirit of the god of grains having worked outside until the autumn harvest rests in my storage room in preparation for planting in the coming spring. Well, as once a humble storage area becomes sacred ground and one can feel the weight of its divinity holding back the door. It's just as Lord Daikaku resides in the earth, not being confined to a single place, but anywhere food is prepared. This means that gods aren't just found in objects, but in all sorts of places. However, they do not put any emotion or thought into this notion. there will always be somewhere or some place for them to live. That is the main difference between gods and yokai, fairies and ghosts. Oh, what's the matter? For someone who always makes a racket, misbehaving in my store, you're awfully quiet. Marissa clothed him back. Oh no, from head to toe. She's ill, man. Tagging the store, making her look even smaller and blacker. What do you mean? I'm always quiet. Phew, finally made it. Did you catch a cold? You don't look so well. Would you like something warm to drink? And Ronowski completely changes, becoming protective. Oh, thank you for the sub. There's just hot water boiling the kettle on the stove, but I poured her a cup. Thanks, Marissa said as she sat on the chair. If you have a cold, maybe you should have stayed home instead. Maybe if this were a normal cold, sleeping would help. This is an abnormal cold. I do not catch colds very often. It's that my body is resistant to illness, but there is a reason. There are very few diseases that can afflict both yokai and human. Only humans can suffer from human illnesses, and only yokai can suffer from yokai illnesses. As an aside, he is half, so as an aside, most human illnesses are sicknesses of the body, while most yokai illnesses are those of the mind. In the case of half human, half yokai like myself, they are resistant to both varieties. That's why I could allow Marissa to store without worrying about contracting her illness. Okay. I don't even know this is a cold or warm. My whole body just feels heavy. I see, unfortunately, while I'm not especially strong, I don't get sick easily. Even if you tell me what your symptoms are, I won't really know what your problem is. Yeah, I know. It's not like I came here for a checkup or anything, man. I've got something I wanted to show you. Like, no, are you here visiting us, cake? Oh, do you have a cold too? I don't know if it's a cold, but it feels like my body doesn't want to move. Upon saying that, she immediately heads straight for the interior of the shop, where there was already another patient asleep. Oh man, Shinky's theme. Okay. Marissa was already sleeping in the back. Yes, I imagine she'd be feeling ill. You're my second patient today. I don't mind because I don't catch colds easily. Maybe I should become a doctor too. You won't make a profit out of it, even if you do. Nice. I couldn't tell if she meant there wouldn't be enough people to trust me, enough of that the resident consultant really needed doctors. But I heard that about 2 years ago. A rather skilled physician appeared, and her practice is thriving. So I doubt Raymond meant the latter. A skilled physician suddenly appeared in the bamboo forest and is said to treat both humans and yokai alike. If Rainbow and Marissa didn't get out of hand, maybe it'd be best to call her. But anyway, why did Rainbow come in such poor condition? I never told them I stopped medicine here because I really do. Okay. Cough. I came to look for something. I want an antique, so I thought Coriander would be the best way to find one. You're looking for an antique? Maybe you should come when you're feeling better. That's not gonna happen. If I don't find what I'm looking for, this is only gonna get worse. So you seem to know the reason behind this strange cold. Amy told me how the majority of people living in the human village had already come down with the same cold symptoms. And while they all called it a cold, coughing isn't as bad, but the body feels lifeless, and even walking is a chore. And this cold is highly contagious. Definitely, definitely, Francis. I'm looking for something like a small pot or something similar antique. The older the better. A pot? Are you giving up on being a tri-man and starting a new religion? The most important thing is that it must be something without a name. I only had a vague grasp on whatever Rainbow was planning. For her to come all the way to my store while ill and then ask for a nameless item, but that reminds me, Marissa said she wanted to show me something, but since she's sleeping, I suppose it can wait. An antique, and one without a name, is going to be rather poor quality. Let's see. I thought something of the shrine might work too, but I can't tell what has or hasn't been named yet. She added, because there's the only one who could redo that is you, right? That made me feel better, and with a slight air of pride, I came back with the Rainbow's request. How about something like this? It's a plate that goes back 300 years from the current age. It's meant to be used, but the quality was so poor that it doesn't seem like it was used at all. Got that, it wasn't named anything in particular. Do you have anything a little older? Like say around 1200 years ago? Rainbow said that having made a glance at the plate, I had a feeling that age was the more important factor in the request. 1200 years? I don't usually have something like that on hand. That happens, man. Coriander, it's supposed to have everything, isn't it? I wanted something nameless that's as old as possible. She started to lie down and she complained, I would consider my shop to sort curious and antiques, but I don't think I ever mentioned having everything. But with my air of pride being unable to accept turning down a request, I went to go put away the dish with the other stock I did not want to sell and began looking for something 1200 years old. When I opened the cold, heavy door to the storage room, I began to think about if I even needed such a thing. Remember, I couldn't find anything exactly to demand, but something like this be acceptable. As I said that, I showed her a flat triangle-shaped lump as large as my hand, about as large as my hand. It was a fragment of a jar older than 1,000 years. It has no name. Naturally, a mere fragment has no value as an antique. But as far as objects older than 1,000 years, this is the only option. However, this is no ordinary fragment. This is a dream part of a pot with an interesting purpose for sealing something within it. I'm sorry I couldn't find anything older, but it's all I could find. Okay. That should do just fine. I knew you had something, Mr. Ronosuke. She asked to borrow it for a moment, held it in one hand and a sacred tree branch in the other, and began to murmur. It looked as if she were performing a ritual. I was not expecting this to be a purpose in the least. May the voice of the god Tomono Yoshio be heard. Maybe she was actually doing something a shrine maiden would do for once. God damn. That has something to do with the unusual cold. She finished a simple ritual by placing the seals on a fragment and sighed. Now I feel much more relief. I take this around the village, that should cure everyone's illness. Oh, well, isn't that nice? But I have absolutely no idea what's been going on. Can you give me some details? Now it's Ryunosuke's turn to ask questions. One of Reimu was already feeling better. After she finished her mysterious rite and seemed more like her normal self, she began explaining the situation. First of all, this is a contagious disease, she began. Similar to a vicious cold, it easily passes between people, and simply being close to someone infected with it will lead to catching it. Endemics of these unexplained illnesses seem to happen once every several years. It's impossible to limit the spread of contagious diseases by oneself. To completely suppress it, it is necessary to seal the cursed god that causes it into something. According to Reimu, because this disease prevalent is the cursed god associated with it running rampant. By finding out which god is doing it, sealing it, and then showing it to those who have been afflicted with the disease, those are given the belief that they have been cured. Hey, hello, how's it going, Ronaldo? Welcome. Hey. According to Reimu, yeah, okay. Gods that need to gather faith in... gods that need to gather faith, choosing to do so in the temporary manner, are called contagious gods. In this case, to suppress the illness, we need to fool the god of this illness. He has collected faith, and in that way, it will become a real cursed god. For what you say, fooling a god that has control over disease sounds disastrous. This time, bestow the role of cursed god onto the Tomono Yoshio. He's a cursed god that occasionally deals with plagues. That sounds pretty bad, but wasn't Tomono Yoshio an actual person? Remember, about 1,200 years ago. They'll be fine. While there was fear of plagues at first, the grudge he bears does not seem to have lessened by much. Tomono Yoshio seemed grateful to do any kind of dirty deed. Oh, okay. Well, what's on your mind? Touhou related, I imagine, yeah? Maybe into a cursed god. I guess he's been bored lately, so I let him handle it. Damn. You want me kids? You make me into a cursed god. Right. I wonder if gods and shrine maidens always have such friendly conversations, but it's a world that only shrine maidens know, being mouthpieces for the gods. I wanted something without name because objects with names already have another god residing them. Names items are extremely old, and names items that are extremely old are the ideal vessels. I see now, so you should be able to cure everyone's illness with that. You say they were gathering belief temporarily, so how does curing the illness turn them into a god? Demand spirits of illnesses of the past that no one fears any longer lack the power to do. Anything you haven't heard of anyone worshipping Lord Tomono Yoshio is a normal god, right? Do you even have a shrine built for him? Now that he's sealed in this fragment, ultimately throw him away at Muenzuka. You're saying, the way you're saying that, like gods are disposable, it's rather cruel. And that's fair of these contagious gods. Just forgetting about them is the best thing for us humans. But still, Lord Tomono Yoshio was supposed to have already been sealed, so why did he seem bored? Hey, I'm feeling pretty good now, sitting up in bed, managed to wedge herself into our conversation. Might look like I was sleeping, but I heard it. What Reimu was talking about is to cure the disease from one's will. I didn't say that. Cure the disease from a god, I said. Saying, well, that's what it sounded like to me. She reached into her hat and took out a small old plate. I thought I'd come by and give you this today, Corin. The thing is, ever since I picked it up, I've been feeling kind of bad. That's another old plate. It seems to have quite a history. Oh, interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not that much of a gamer from back then anyway, so that's out of my expertise, sadly. Okay. Interesting though, interesting. I hope you find what you're looking for, man. I think because I thought it'd be worth something. But all of a sudden I felt horrible for some reason. I wanted to consult you about it in a double meaning. Doesn't look like I was given a name. Unfortunately, I doubt it's worth a great deal. What I can say for sure is that it's rare to see something so old. Reimu inspected the plate and curious expression appeared on her face. Where exactly did you find this plate? Funny thing, when I first found it, it had these dirty seals all over it, so I thought I'd clean it up. That's when I started to feel sick. Marisa, she unleashed the god. I heard the sound of snow falling on the roof. How long had passed since today we began lecturing Marissa? I get the feeling she had already repeated herself 3 times by now. You know, if you see something that's been sealed, don't take them off. You found that plate at Muenzuka, didn't you? You had no idea what was sealed inside anyway. How's the average human supposed to know that a contagious god was sealed inside? Why'd you throw away something like that out anyway? It's important to put it somewhere away from the village until the contagious god has lost all its faith. The reason why everyone is sick is because of you going to Muenzuka and deliberately removing the seal. You realize that, right? Now I know why Lord Tomono Yoshi seems so bored. It's because of you breaking the seal. Keep your voice down, will ya? I'm just trying to get over a cold. Thanks to your foolish actions, now I'm gonna have to go around every house in the village, one by one. Oh man. Thanks to your yeah. The image of Rainbow visiting each house to gather faith for the cursed god to cure the epidemic was rather amusing, but I'm still skeptical whether that would truly work. If seeing a cursed god is how illnesses are cured, I have the feeling that doesn't explain the reason why I don't fall ill easily, nor why yokai and humans are susceptible to different sicknesses. The physician that appeared in the bamboo forest doesn't need to commune with the gods to heal disease, but rather uses more advanced procedures, using utensils no one had seen before, taking pictures of the inside of the body. Damn, she can do all that? Moving the affected area with no pain and even exchanging useless parts of the body for working replacements. However, I still hold some doubt, as I've not seen this for myself, but if they are true, then the bamboo forest physician, likely an intellectual that started their practice here, after lamenting over the condition of medical care in Gensokyo, didn't even be from the outside world. Ah, okay. Okay. Very nice. And guys, it looks like that will do it. That is today's reading agenda done for today. Krim, once again, thank you very much, man. What an absolute blast. It is, once again, amazing to see the thought processes that go on in the residents of Gensokyo's minds, man, compared to us regular humans, right? So, very, very cool. Very cool, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Before we go on to Twitch, it appears we actually have a few videos to watch over here. So, thank you very, very much. We got some MMDs, yeah? Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, one more stream of this and it will be done. So it looks like we probably won't be doing the game next week. We'll probably finish off this, and then I imagine by that time the game will be filled. So soon, double spoiler coming right up, man. All right, let's continue, shall we? Here we go. Refresh once again, and MMD time. All right, Vocaloid Touhou, beautiful. Luca? What is this collab? Oh my god. Amazon? Konozama. Mori Calliope. Okay. Cute Miku. Cat Miku. When was this? Struggle to find music today to have a laugh instead. I got you, got you. How long? 13 years, man. Bloody hell. These MMD models are great. Oh my god. Oh. Oh god. What the flip? Oh my god. It's a competition to see who can remain stoic? Okay, okay. Bye-bye. Punishment game, okay. Oh, that counts as well? Oh, okay, okay, she's giggling. Cute, cute. Okay. So if they lose, these guys get hit. Yeah, exactly. Oh, they can't make reactions. Okay, okay. No. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, Alice. Oh my god. That, yeah, I mean, of course, of course. Marisa hanging in there. Oh my god, yeah, that's got to be game over for Marisa, no? Look at Alice. Why is it Amelia? Oh, oh, cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Sucker, yeah. Cheating. The game's the game, man. You got the powers. You got the relevant powers. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Incredible, incredible. What a... Ah! And there she is. What a fun one. What a fun one. Alright, now what do we have here? Oh, the max quality for this is 360p. Okay. Ah, oh, I see. Part 2, yeah, okay. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is he actually gonna hit Miku though? No, he's not. He's gonna hit. No. Even Yukari can't handle it, man. Okay. Emilia too. Ah, okay, okay, okay. I see. They allow their partner against punishment. What's in it? Wasabi or something? Wasabi sushi? It's gotta be wasabi, right? Oh, is it like wasabi roulette? Okay, yeah. Ah. Yeah. Kill the regular Amelia is the best Amelia? Agreed. Sucker, yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. No good. Nah. Oh no. Zayn auto. Oh, one more round, yeah. Oh my god. I think this was around the same time as well, yeah? 12 years ago. Bloody hell. Very nice, very nice. Hey, MMD, Vocaloid, Touhou, bruh, match made in heaven from early like YouTube Nico days. Crazy, right? Wow. All right, yo, thank you very much for that blast from the past, Dash. Appreciate it. All right, and now we are on to the yeah. Tell me about it, man. Damn. All right, now it is time for the music section. So guys, I will see you over on Twitch in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll finish off the stream with some music. All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it big time. Thank you for all the requests today. This is gonna be on my day, guys. I look forward to this. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Shabir in Velo City. I'll catch you in a few minutes over on Twitch. Peace. Otu.